A lot of people say they want East Austin, but that can mean very different things. It's a large area. Today we are talking about the East Cesar Chavez and the Holly district. It's urban, layered, full of energy, and right close to town and the lake. But it's still evolving. So today I'm going to break down the vibe, the pros and cons, the type of houses you can expect there, and the overall lifestyle so you can know if it's right for you. I mean, this is one of those neighborhoods where it's like artsy and alive one block, and then on the very next block it reminds you why the area is still evolving in real time. It's exactly why some people love it and some people don't. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, Austin real estate expert. I've been helping people buy and sell in the Austin area for over 15 years. So if you're trying to figure out which neighborhood matches your lifestyle, you're in the right spot. All you have to do is look below, get our email, text, phone number. We're always here to help you figure out where to go that fits your life. So let's get started on one of the most creative and energetic, cool vibe neighborhoods in all of Austin. We're talking Holly Street and East Cesar Chavez. So let's dive into the map so I can show you where it is. Here is downtown Austin, Lady Bird Lake, and the portion we are talking about is right here, east of I-35, north of the lake. And when we get nice and close here, we're gonna take the area basically from 6th and 7th Entertainment District all the way out to 183. We come down to the water and back, and I-35 is our western boundary. So this nice section of real estate and entertainment right down here. The main draw, well, you can tell already, it's the location because you're right here to downtown, you're right across the interstate, and you're right next to the water. I can attest you can get your paddleboard in quite easily right here at Festival Beach. So when you are on your paddleboard at this part of town, this is the spectacular view you have of downtown. This is where you can put in, you just walk up to the edge of the trail and put in. You can put in your kayak or paddleboard, anything small you can put out on the water. But the main other perk of living in this area is this here trail. It goes all the way around the lake, and you can cross over on these bridges anywhere that you need to. And they have finally tied in the trail at the very eastern portion, and I will show you that here. I walked out there, and this has only been completed within the last few months. So if you're a runner, you can hit the north and south side. It's all connected now. It's about a 10-mile track. You can get you a nice loop in there. If you're a paddleboarder, kayaker, or just walker, the trail goes all the way around. You can access it all year long. It doesn't freeze over or anything here, crazy like that. So it's just definitely the main draw for this part of town, because in addition, you're right near downtown and right here on East Cesar Chavez, huge entertainment district. And what I mean by that is there are restaurants, bars, art galleries, coffee shops, all up and down it. So when you live in this area, most people are expecting to walk or ride their bike over to all of these areas of entertainment. And that is what makes it so fun to live there and the reason people are drawn to it. Now that you know where it is, we're going to talk more about the vibe for a second, and then I'm going to show you some actual house examples later. You're not going to want to miss that part. But the biggest vibe, it's not really kind of got a country club sense to it all. It's way more eclectic, more urban, and more alive. It's just got that feeling, you know, in a central Austin, everything has character, nothing's the same. Think the opposite of master planned community. Examples of big master planned communities are Steiner Ranch, Belterra, even Mueller neighborhood, where, you know, all the homes look kind of similar, if you catch my drift. This area, everything is unique. You might have an original bungalow from the 30s right next to a brand new 3,000 square foot new construction. I mean, you know, some people really like that, some people don't. If you need homogeneous neighborhood style, probably not the right neighborhood for you. But if you want something that's kind of, well, not kind of, that's super quirky and really cool and full of energy, this is a cool neighborhood to check out. Not cookie cutter at all. Go back to the vibe of the place. Think weekends, you're gonna have late brunch after you run around the river or the lake on the trails, after you take your dog out for a walk, you meet up with some friends. After brunch, you walk over to Bathe. It's a nice wellness center. We'll talk more about that later as well. But it's just a very kind of community where everybody wants to get out and do things. It's very active. You're gonna see people walking up and down the streets. You're gonna see people on the lake. You're gonna see people on the trails, in the parks, and of course, the coffee shops, restaurants, and bars. Now that you know the vibe, let's look at some actual houses. I told you there's a little bit of everything. You're gonna find these brand new, modern, box, new construction homes right next to a little bungalow. Now this one's been fixed up over time. You can look here, this one to the left is just very similar. These straight kind of front to back rectangular type of homes were the type of homes they built back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And some people just left them as is and remodeled them on the inside, but left the exterior as is and remodeled them on the inside. And some people added on to them. So it's kind of hard to give you a price average when you have so many different ages of homes and different levels of remodel or construction and all this. This one here, another example, 1930s home. Look at all the ornate details on the porch here. These are the type of homes that they try to keep all those historical like nuances intact over time. So while it's been repaired and the roof has been updated and maybe the plumbing and the electrical has been updated, they try to keep it on that 1930s vibe with all the cosmetics. Here's a completely other modern style. Lots of glass, not even a garage, just a carport to pull in. And what you won't be able to see here from listings, but we do have a lot of, these are all the little listings that are in the area. We call them AB units. So what that means is that the land has gotten very valuable and the developers have found a way to go in and make more money on said land. So instead of going in and building one big house on a lot, they will go and build a front house and a back house, an A and a B unit. There are restrictions on sizes and things like that, but it has become super common and almost difficult to find a pure single family home. If it's not an AB unit, they may put 6 units on what typically in the historical sense of things would have only been 3 or 4 units. So they're mashing more houses onto pieces of land. They're trying to keep them looking like single family homes, meaning no connected walls. You can charge more that way, but that has become super common. And if you're looking in this part of town and a lot of central Austin, you will be what I call fighting the fight to try to find houses that are not an AB unit if they're on more modern construction timelines. And it's just gotten hard. All the developers are doing that. You can find a single family home, but it jacks the price way, way up if it has that full lot where you actually have a backyard. So in these homes that we were looking at here, there were mostly around $1 million. Single family homes, they're gonna start in the 500,000s for not much and go way up from there. And that is just because the price of the land is so expensive because of this optimal location by the lake and downtown. Now that you know the house styles, we're gonna talk about the overall pros. Why do people wanna move there? Well, I can't tell you this enough. It's close to downtown, it's the location. You're downtown and the lake. Next, it's the personality. It's quirky, it's fun, got good energy. After that, we've got the food scene. All up and down East Cesar Chavez is food, from something like Arizov, which is Mediterranean vibe. Then you've got Blue Owl Brewing, which is just a beer brewery. They do serve pizza though. La Barbecue, one of the most sought after barbecue places in town. One in a Million, one of the best breakfast tacos. Bufalina Pizza. Then you have Mr. Natural, you've got Vegan, Chalmers. All these places are, you can walk to a lot of them because they're so close together. I don't want to forget to mention Laundrette here, tucked back in the neighborhood. And this one is a French style bistro. Very, very fancy, more like a date night because they serve this really pretty kind of petite, small food. Kind of expensive, but it's very good. You are going to have a lot of different styles of food. You're going to have some hybrid foods. You're going to have some things that are just plumb quirky. Oh, and I didn't mention Oseo. It's one of my favorite ones in this area too. Oseo is Korean food and it is super, super interesting and fun to try that as well. And while we're here, Cesar Chavez heads all the way out to 183, and just once we get past Pleasant Valley, and one of my favorites is Luster Pearl. It's a sports bar, has some tacos and food fare, and more importantly, right next to it is Bathe. Bathe is a wellness bathhouse. They have saunas, cold plunge and things like that. So it's just all good over on the east side. You never know what you're gonna get. But if you're in that area, I highly recommend stopping into Bathe and getting you a little reset to your nervous system for the day. Back to our pros. I mean, look, it's right on the lake. You cannot go without mentioning the trails and the lake access if you have a paddleboard or a kayak or something like that. That's probably my favorite part about this area of town. So overall, for the good parts of this neighborhood, it's a neighborhood where weekends feel super easy. You know, coffee, walk by the trail, hang by the lake, grab brunch, then you hit the patio somewhere, then you meet friends for dinner, and you don't have to leave the neighborhood. So if your ideal lifestyle is being in the thick of things, being tucked in right in the middle of it, and not having to leave, this could be a good one for you. All right, well, not every neighborhood is perfect. We've got to talk about those cons. We've already mentioned this a little bit in the block to block changing. It's less polished. You're not going to have homogeneous styles of homes around, and you're not going to have people that have similar types of incomes or similar types of budgets for said houses. You're going to have perhaps a small bungalow that's been in the same family for 50 years right next to a brand new $2 million new construction home. So that's what keeps it quirky, but if that's not your style, this isn't a good neighborhood for you. There is constant change and redevelopment. In fact, the I-35 corridor is under construction now, and it will be under construction for the next decade or so, and they're using some of their tunneling to come out East Cesar Chavez. Now, it should be underground, but there are some serious construction road projects that are going on, so you want to make sure you know where those are going to land and where those are going to be taking place, so it's not happening in your front yard. This is going to be a part of town that is affected by the new road system and construction upcoming in the next decade. The next con, the schools aren't so great. If you have kiddos that are in the school system and you want them to feed naturally into a good public school system, you may need to be very careful about where you're picking your home, because they don't all feed into a school system with a good grade on texasschools.gov. And lastly, it's loud. It's not a quiet neighborhood. You've got an entertainment district running right through the center of it. So if you need peace and quiet, this isn't your hood. So those are our pros and cons. Let's talk about who this neighborhood is a good fit for. You want to feel like lifestyle and location over formality is really important to you. You want to have that feel like you need to be part of the urban energy. You want to just be in the thick of it. You want to be able to get to food, art, culture, trails, bars, party in a quick minute. It's also good for someone who is okay with mixed streetscapes and all kinds of different housing projects in there and no cookie cutter feel. Who it's not for, somebody that's looking for pristine streets, everybody tucked their car into the driveway, and everybody's house looks kind of similar. And we've already mentioned it, it's not for you if you need it to be super quiet or if you want less activity around your house. This is kind of a neighborhood where there are a lot of people walking around a lot of the times. So tell me, is this a neighborhood for you? Do you get the draw, that pull from the lake vibe, that trail all around the lake, and all those restaurants and cool kind of quirky houses in there? I certainly like this neighborhood a lot, but comment below and let me know if you like it. And if you don't, let me know kind of what you're looking for. We're always here to help you find the right neighborhood that matches your lifestyle. All you have to do is give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom call, because we're always available for you to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. Can't wait to see you around town.